the faith-work-life balance is something that a lot of people desire, but it's not something that just falls into your lap. It's something that you actually have to pursue, consistently growing up and throughout the rest of your life. So I was like, if I don't practice that balance now in college, then I'm not going to have it when I'm out of college. So I kind of realized all that, and that ended up reprioritizing my life, or at least what I wanted it to be. Well, I'm Jono. I go by Jonathan Austin on LinkedIn, and I'm 23 years old. I graduated from San Jose State University. Because of my non-adjustable volume, people find it very hard to believe that I was a shy kid growing up. And being an only child, my parents, thought, hey, we got to go socialize this kid so he doesn't turn out weird. That didn't work out. But what they did is they signed me up for some summer camps. And what I ended up getting to see at those summer camps were, some, Christian, some not. But regardless, I got to see leaders who, influenced me and shaped me. And because of that, it made me that much more enthused and excited to hopefully be that for some other shy kid in the future. So even though I grew up in the church, I never really felt like faith was the core part of my life. And my high school years were, for context, my parents split up in high school, and that was definitely a tougher time for me, but it kind of solidified me, not stop believing in God, but per se, but more so not desiring a relationship with him as much. So I got to college at San Jose State. I got there, didn't have any kind of desire to pursue him in any form or fashion. And eventually I found Crew. And I'd say that's kind of when faith, the curiosity for God kind of started developing a lot more, because I was challenged in more ways than I was growing up, in questions about my faith, and questions about life, and questions about who I wanted to be, questions about who I wanted to prioritize, what I wanted to prioritize. And that ended up reprioritizing my life, restored my life. But yeah, I say we because it wasn't just me that found WestGate, it was me and my housemates. We all met at SJSU, and then we ended up coming to service, and then we quickly kind of felt at home at WestGate and started getting plugged into serving. Like I said, I had grown up either serving at some VBS or some non-Christian camp. I was constantly, volunteering my time. I was I feel like God's calling me to use this experience of working with kids growing up. I think it was, when I was talking to Julie, I think it was when I just met her. I think I was talking about how I love theater and how I did VBS growing up, VBS skits, and she was like, are you serious? We're about to do Kidztown live again now that COVID's over. So do you want to be on stage? And I was like, are you asking me if I want a spotlight? Yeah, I do. I kept my ears open to listening for needs. Any ministry is going to, love having more volunteers, but especially with Kidztown, I think it can be a little scary or enticing for people. They're like, oh, Jono's got all this experience with kids. I feel like the thing is people in general just love authenticity. So that's honestly all you need. You need a relationship with God, so that way you're reflecting Jesus properly to hopefully developing these youth. And then you also need just be yourself. And then everything else will follow. That's how I got here.